Listen, this is what I don't understand. How does a man choose to be with a woman, right? Develop a relationship. After you develop a relationship, of course, things will transpire where sometimes that the relationship works, sometimes it don't. But one thing you have to be mindful of is this, that if you have children, then you get to the point where the relationship is not working and you start disrespecting her. Calling her the B word, calling her the H word, trying to demean her, calling her name. Listen, did you have the same energy when y'all was having sex? Were you disrespecting her when y'all were having intercourse? That's my question. I believe that we need to learn how to keep that same energy. If you were not disrespecting her when you were making love with her, having intercourse, or whatever the context was of y'all experience, have that same energy even when y'all not together. Because if y'all have a child together, when you start disrespecting that woman and that child sees it, then that affects the child. And that's a seed planted that you do not want to grow within that child, because now that child is seeing seeds of discord. That's what you don't want. I understand you're frustrated, but sometimes we have to take accountability on the choices that we made. And I believe that's one of the issues that men and women, I'm not going to be biased because this goes for the woman too, that you disrespecting the father of your child and doing things spiteful towards him. Let's balance this thing out. Is that when you were having sex with that man, you were not disrespecting him, calling him a bum, cursing him out, and doing all these disrespectful things. So we have to take responsibilities on both ends of the spectrum. But the end of the day is that if you have a child, the well-being of the child, the emotional being of the child, the physical being of the child, period, is the end goal, that you want to raise that child in a productive, positive environment. So we all need to look in the mirror and take responsibility. Now, one thing I can say, I've been very cognizant, is that I make sure that the same thing that I'm spewing here and the same message that I'm teaching, that I practice what I preach. And the mother of my child can attest to that I have never disrespected her. Okay? So, you can co-parent in peace. Let me say one more time. You can co-parent in peace. If you're not with that individual no more, relinquish all emotional and all psychological and all egotistical and narcissistic pride. Let it go. Stop trying to relinquish that control, because that's what you're trying to do, is control the situation. And when we cannot control the situation, we know what we start doing? Well, then we start being manipulative and try to manipulate the situation. And all that does is make the situation worse. So, share this message. Somebody needs to hear this. That we can co-parent in peace. It's possible. Just relinquish all control. Understand that God made that person a free agent, a free moral agent, where they have the right to do whatever they desire to do. And when you understand that point, you will let that individual go and understand that that possibly might be a blessing. And understand this, people grow apart. It's okay to grow apart. If you know within your heart you didn't do everything right by that man, or you didn't do everything right by the woman, let that person go. It's okay. Go find somebody that you're willing to strive and work harder and desire to be with, to make a meaningful relationship. Okay? And that's all I got to say. Y'all have a nice day.